Hello, my name is Caden, and today I'm going to be showing you a little bit about rust, I suppose, and where you're going to find it, where you need to look for it, and is my vehicle salvageable enough to restore or repaint, whatever you're deciding, or just fix in general. So I guess first place I'm going to start with would be under the hood. And what to note for, I guess, is you just got to think about where is there going to be water. Where is water going to be running down and sitting by this car lot? Well, mostly in these corners here. And they run down the fender and go out the front and drip down. So if you look down in here, a lot of times you'll find stuff like, see, there you go. We already got, see, and there's already salt sitting in there because they just put salt on the roads last week because there was, believe it or not, about 8 inches of snow. That's all just, gone now. So, so you're going to see down there, and like right there in that spot where it's chipping off, you could fix it. Would I? Probably not. You don't really see it. And there's not a hole in it yet, but there will be soon. So that would be one reason. And also, look at that. You can see the ground from right here. See my fingers? That is through the fender well, and not really a fixable thing because you'd have to cut out a whole new fender well and redo all that. And as it goes for down there too. It's getting everywhere. And it's also under the side on the fender here. So there's that. And then you'll just want to check the other side. Battery tray is pretty much rotted away. That is one of the first things you'll notice on any older car, is that your battery tray will just be gone because of the acids that the battery hold, and some of them slowly get out over time, and there's just not much you can do about it but besides replace it or prevent it in the first place, which they weren't very good at doing 30 years ago because they didn't expect them to last this long, I bet. So other places, of course, inside your wheel wells and on corners of things where rock chips might hit up and start chipping stuff off. As you can see, I got paint gone on this right here, and starting to go down here at the bottom and the top of the wheel well too, but there's nothing up there. Another place you'll want to look, your rockers, and this is probably the worst spot to get it, because once you get it here, you're there's no going back really. And as you can see, this is just superficial so far, and this is how you check. You can knock on it with your hand or just get a hammer, but if you can push into it, then it's gone and it's rotten. This is just superficial, but most 90 times, like out of 100, when the rust is superficial on the rocker panel, it means it is starting to rot from the inside out. Also, if you have a hood like mine, I got this because it was straighter than my other one that I had that had a big dent in the corner. This is just surface rust. Ain't nothing gonna come out of that unless it starts to get real soft, but that takes years and years. This is a lot thicker metal, so you don't really have to worry about that as much. You just gotta sand it and paint it. So as an example of a rocker panel that is gone, be this one right here. As you can see, big old hole forming. You can put your finger in it, and it is starting to rot from the inside out. As you can see, there's already a hole in the bottom there, right where the fender screws in, and some frame rot starting to start from all of this salt that they put on these roads down here. So the underside of this car is pretty much done for as far as terms of repair goes. That would be where a floor drain is underneath your floorboard, but that's gonna be that's rotting away. This corner right here where the frame meets into the subframe, that's rotting away, as is areas down here. And you're gonna want to check in your doors too. You'll see usually they form along the very bottom first from wax hitting them and stuff. But so look inside your doors. I don't know if you can tell because of the light, but there's some there, and then there's a bunch starting to form on the bottom here as well, and that's going into the rocker eventually, and that's going to be done for. So your worst spot's probably going to be the wheel wells, and I'll show you that here, and this rocker. So again, door gone, wheel well gone, hole there, hole forming up there, and just all around rotten. And this is my number one determiner if this car is not ever going to be restored or restorable, because of this gaping asshole of rot from the salt and whatnot. This is weak down here. There was a piece here, it fell off, and then the hole, it's just gone. And yeah, that's about all there is to it. And my fuel lines are gonna start rotting too. And once those go, that's like, it's done. It's going to a junkyard. Otherwise, not terrible. See some rot there on this line here, and this bracket holding up these fuel lines here is all getting corroded. But that is the main thing I wanted to show you. Another spot you're going to want to look would be up in your trunk. I'm not going to do it now, but underneath all of this, clear out all this and take your donut out, and I bet you'll find some rust holes in the bottom of the trunk there from water being retained, and also on the sides here potentially too. So I guess the last thing I'll show you here, how weak this really is, so that you can just take this hammer and rip it out basically. And all this stuff's gonna fall. And that, my friend, is why this car will never be fixed up nice the way it is. Even though you look at it and think, well, it's not in horrible condition, but it's starting to be, as you can see, the corners here. And then this one's starting to go as well. And then this is in South Dakota, for all you questioning. So yeah, this right here, I bet. Alright, and I bet, see this? These spots here? These spots you're just gonna wanna tap with the hammer. And as you can see, it's starting to break through. Which means slowly it's going to be rotted from the inside out. And that's just a little video showing you how to check for it, where to look. Is my car going to be able to be restored or repainted? The answer for this one, no. This car has 322,000 miles. Although the doors still do look nice, and quarter panels, tail lights, all that. Once this thing dies, it is going to a junkyard, unfortunately, to get squeezed into a cube. But that's going to be it for this video. hopefully this helps you look for some certain stuff, and hopefully you don't make a wrong decision and regret it in the future. Anyway, see you later.